Welcome. So today, as promised, we're doing a special episode in celebration of reaching the milestone of 100 episodes in GINTAMA, which is, in general, reaching 100 episodes. It is a pretty big milestone, and I've started this journey in, when was it? I think October, maybe? I'm not sure. Around October. So yeah, it's been quite some time with some irregularities here and there, not uploading anything here and there, sometimes uploading more, sometimes less. I'm gonna try to be more consistent, that I can promise. So 2 things before we get into this special video, this special episode. First of all, again, I want to thank all of you who stayed here with me on this journey, who joined you. Welcome. And all the supporters who commented, who liked, who just shared their opinions. It's been such an amazing time. And yeah, I'm gonna appreciate and enjoy the rest of this journey with all of you. So thank you again for being here. Second, this arc ranking is not gonna be an actual numerical ranking. So I'm not gonna be saying this arc is number 1 or something like that, because I couldn't decide on that. It's too difficult because some arcs are too close to each other. You can't really distinguish them. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rank them by letter. So from C to S. Yeah. So with that out of the way, let's get into this special episode. So first up is the Amnesia Arc, in which Gintoki, due to an accident, loses his, all of his memories, I guess. That was actually episode 31 to 32. And I was a bit surprised, because I didn't think that this was the first arc when I read that. The people who sent me this. The first arc started on episode 31. Yeah, Gintama is not ordinary. When the first arc starts at episode 31, and it's a 2-episode arc. But yeah, that's GINTAMA for you. So the Amnesia Arc, I think oh yeah, and another disclaimer, I'm not gonna go into detail in these arc rankings, because I have talked about these arcs individually, and I have the respective reviews up. So if you wanna know my deeper thoughts, my final thoughts about these arcs, you can watch the dedicated episodes. This first arc, I'm giving it a B, with a tendency towards B-. So not really a solid B, but in that range. And my reasons are, so what I think was the best thing about this arc. It was at times pretty funny, as far as I remember. But what made it so unique was the portrayal of the relationship of the Yorozuya. So in that arc we got to see how much all 3 of them developed as people and as kind of a family. This is a recurring theme, but in this arc it was the first time that it was really established how much they mean to each other, and that's what made it so great. Otherwise, I didn't really enjoy it too much, I have to say, because of the expectation I had going into it that we would get to see more of Gin's past. Because of the amnesia, only some very deep subconscious memories of his past would remain and that would be brought to light, I thought. But that was obviously not the case. So maybe it was my expectation, but yeah, otherwise I did not enjoy it that much. So giving it a B speaks volumes about the relationship of the Yorozuya. Moving on to the Umibozu Arc. That was the arc that we get to know a bit more about the Yato clan. And we finally met Kagura's father, the strongest Yato. Episode 40 to 42. That was a 3-episode arc. I really enjoyed that arc. It was very entertaining. It had some cool fights with aliens and it kind of broadened the whole Gintama world, the universe. Opened it up a bit more, if you understand what I'm saying. And yeah, just the relationship, father-daughter relationship was great to watch. The conflict between Kagura and Umibozu was very well written. Really enjoyed that. So I'm giving this arc a solid B+. It wasn't in the A tier yet because yeah, there were just some things I wish they could have added, or yeah, it was just the arc was about Kagura and her father and it was good as it was. So B+, solid B+ for me. Moving on to the third arc, which is the Infant Strife Arc. That's what the guys called it, Infant Strife Arc. I remember this one quite well. The interactions between baby Gin and Gin himself and the reflections that were shown, the character development that Gin went through in this arc was pretty good. Really like that. Also, the introduction of Nizo, the assassin. Oh, that was so good. And the fight that followed was also pretty well done. Yeah, I simply enjoyed that arc. So for me, it's another B+. Now, on to the legendary, undisputed number 1, the Mother Arc. Episode 54 to 55. And what an amazing arc. The storytelling, the characters, so complex and profound. Wow. Yeah, I'm just gonna give this one triple S. Yes. Okay, no. All jokes aside, this is my least favorite arc of the series so far. Why? Well, I think you all know why. It's pretty obvious. It didn't have really too much going for it. It wasn't really that engaging. Wasn't really the central theme wasn't that interesting. It was a good theme. The power of love, mother, son, but it could have been explored a bit more. So yeah, my least favorite arc. So that's why I'm giving it a C. So you see, the worst arc gets a C. That tells you a lot about how I feel about Gintama so far. Oh, and now to one of the most famous, most beloved arcs, I guess. Not really, but also yes. Is the Benizakura Arc, which was episode 58 to 61, the longest arc up until that point. And it had pretty much everything. Amazing action, cool characters, an amazing villain. Simply the dialogue between Katsura and Shinsuke was a masterpiece of storytelling. So that alone makes it really good. Also, the different themes that were included in this arc were nicely done, but it could, and in my opinion, should have been longer. Maybe like 1 or 2 episodes to really flesh out the whole concept and the story. So that is why I'm giving it an A-, a solid A-, with a tendency towards A. Simply because of the fact that I wish they would have done it longer. Yeah. But all in all, one of the best arcs. And yeah, just great. Just great storytelling, great entertainment. Next up, the Fuyo Arc, which was episode 69 to 71. This was the arc about human consciousness and robots and what it means to be human, which was a very powerful theme in this arc. And in general, it's a very powerful theme. And this humanity and artificial intelligence, as time progresses, as technology advances, the significance of artificial intelligence, it becomes more emphasized. So it's very relevant. So what I liked most about this arc was the tackling of the subject of human consciousness and what it means to be human. That was well done, in my opinion. As always, they could have done it longer, flesh it out a bit more, make it a longer arc, but it's not what they did. So for me, it's a B. Pretty solid B. Next up is probably the most well-rounded arc of this, of those 100 episodes, which is the Yagyu Arc, episodes 76 to 81. So just like Benizakura, this arc had everything. Amazing action, those one-on-one duels, and also the team fights were pretty cool. And also the comedy in this one was so good. Oh, the episode with the sandpaper when they were on the toilet, that was genius. I think I said that in the review, but that was genius. It reminded me of the Hot Pot episode. Just so good. Then the end to the arc was also great. Kyubei's realization and her change, the change inside of her. Also the focus on Otai, which was very refreshing and I think pretty necessary. And her relationship with her brother Shin. So yeah, this arc was really damn good and so well rounded, as I said. So I'm giving it a very solid A. Next up is the hard-boiled detective arc. And apparently a lot of people in the GINTAMA community do not enjoy this arc, but for me it was different. I really enjoyed it. Shogoro, I think, the Foxfire, was a good character. And then, oh, well, now I forget his name. But the the hard-boiled detective was also such a unique character. Sometimes annoying, but in the end it paid off. And it made this arc, in my opinion, pretty good. So I'm giving it a B. Next up is probably my favorite arc so far. It's the Mitsuba Arc, Sogo's sister, which was an arc filled with drama and sadness, but also hope And just great character writing. Great storytelling all around. And yeah, I almost bawled my eyes out at the end. It was just so emotional. And yeah, what can I say? It's just simply a wonderful arc. Maybe one of the most emotional arcs I have ever seen. And it was only 2 episodes to establish all of this. The plot and the characters, the relationships. Also the reveal of Toshiro's past. Oh, yeah. Just so good. So I'm giving it an A+. A very solid A+, with a tendency towards S. Why am I not giving it an S? So for an arc to be S rank, it has to really be a grand arc. It's difficult to say because this arc in itself, it is an S tier arc, but it was just so contained and isolated that in my opinion it does not yet deserve S rank. So I'm giving it a very solid A+. Next up, the Hasegawa Trial Arc, episode 94 to 95. This one was pretty good. Not the best arc, but yeah, every kind of arc or episode with Hasegawa included is automatically gonna be good, at least good, because he's just one of my favorite characters, as you know. The trial itself was pretty funny. The inclusion and the analogy to Heidi, the parody of Heidi, the series, reminded me of my childhood. And so many memories came back, which was kind of nostalgic. Yeah, all in all, a solid arc, and I'm giving it a B-. Last but not least is the Bentendo Arc, maybe least. Honestly, this one, it was okay. It was okay in my opinion. From episode 98 to 99. I liked it for the fact that it had the concept and the theme of video games, and especially RPGs. In the second episode. The first episode, I really did not enjoy it. I'm gonna be honest, I did not enjoy that episode 98. It was very uneventful and just not really engaging. But the second episode made this arc a bit better, simply because of the VR RPG elements. It was really funny. You have to give it that. It was a really funny arc. And yeah, the comedy was good. So I'm giving this one a solid C+. Yeah. And that wraps it up for the arc rankings. Guys, let me know what you think about the arcs and how you would rank them. Just type it down in the comments. Just rank them and tell me which one is your favorite and why it is your favorite. As always, and again, thank you for all your support and for being here. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, this arc ranking, leave a like, comment down below what you think about the arcs, your arc rankings, please. I'm interested in that. And subscribe if you want to see more. So, I'm excited for the future of GINTAMA, and see you in the next one. Bye.